kind of what I learned from Floyd. And, the clout that I got from that, I
stays with you till this day, literally.
Yeah, everybody knows me from 24/7, so they end up finding me again. Then they're like, hey, that's the kid that, that was on 24/7. So,
what is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Top Rank Unboxed. It's your boy Ricky. I'm here with my co-host Jalen, and we have a very special guest here at the Top Rank HQ in Las Vegas.
We're super happy to introduce Floyd Cashflow Diaz to the podcast today. He's 8-0 with 3 KOs, and he will be fighting on the Haney Loma card on May 20th. So, Floyd, how's camp going?
Man, camp's going great. There's little changes here and there with camp, as compared to the fighter I fight and just, the way I feel like I should move this fight. And, but everything else, is going great. Been running great, been training great, sparred yesterday. So I'm feeling good.
So when you refer, when fighters or specifically you refer to camp adjustments, what does that really mean?
Well, I don't really like to fight the same fight every time, I would say there's quite a bit of fighters that do that just because it works for them, so they continue to do it. But for me, I like to, me and my pops, my coach, we like to adjust and switch things up a little bit. So that as far as sparring, who I spar, how I spar them, what moves we need to work on because this guy may do a certain mistake and I need to just work on it. Same thing with the bag. And as far as running and all that all typically stays the same. That's the only thing I think that never really changes. We just, up the tempo just by rounds.
Do you watch a lot of tape, of your opponent?
Actually, I don't. I kind of they'll send me once they send the fighter and then it's all been finalized and all that. I'll watch one fight with my dad and then that'd be it. I don't really I kind of like doing it on the job type of thing. And it's my coach, my dad's job to kind of tell me what I need to do.
Yeah. How much time do you put pre-fight or during camp about your flashy ring walks? Because you always got something every time I see you fight.
Well, so this one we kind of already had on the back burner, right? This one was a just in case outfit, right? And
just in case,
a just in case outfit. Because I want to switch it up, and for this one, I can't really say too much, but we don't. It depends on what it is. Sometimes we like to go all out, and then sometimes we tone it down a little bit. We don't really take too much time into it because remember it's more so the boxing for me. My dad he's actually mostly the creative mind behind that. I'll suggest colors or whatever or a theme or whatever, but he kind of puts all that together. Then you have the guy who makes the trunks and all that. Body Kit Customs, he gets that done.
Yeah.
Wait, whose idea was the Inoue Fulton one?
Well, that was me. That was me, and then my pops. He said, "You know what? Because I've been calling him out since since the jump.
Yeah.
And so my dad's like, what better way than just put on the trunks? And I was like, oh hell yeah,
That was creative.
I like that.
I'm doing two things at once. So I don't got to talk. I'm just fighting.
Yeah.
How do you feel when people say you're crazy for doing that though?
I mean,
we posted it online.
Right.
Damn. Bro.
Yeah, people are like, yeah. Look. For me, I don't give a damn, to be honest. If you look at all these fighters, Floyd, all them, they've called out people before. That's just how it is. The up and comers call out the guys that they see are at the top at their weight or where they're fighting at. That's not nothing new. People say you're crazy, and when you end up fighting them, you end up beating them. Then it's you're not crazy.
Yeah.
So it's all time.
How do you see that fight going out in July? As a fan, how do you think it plays out? It's a tough one.
That is a good one.
It's a tough one because.
What do you think?
I think Fulton is going to pose a lot of challenges, but I don't think he's going to be able to bang with Inoue. Pause. He's not going to be able to sit in the phone booth fight with him.
Look, this is only a 4-pound difference.
Yeah.
So it's not too big of a difference. If Inoue could carry his power and it makes no difference. I don't know. I feel like Fulton's the better boxer and he can outbox Inoue, but Inoue puts constant foot pressure. He switches up his punches and he hits hard. So I don't. That's a good fight. That is a good fight to bet. If I were to pick one, I'd pick Fulton. Just because I don't think he'll make a lot of mistakes that all these other fighters Inoue makes. Inoue fights, but That's a tough one.
It's
though.
definitely Inoue's toughest fight to date.
Yeah, for sure. Especially going up in weight, fighting champion. So
yeah, no, we're excited to see it though. But yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
I didn't think that fight was gonna be made. To be honest with you,
none of us did.
Like it was made instantly. I was like, I was supposed to fight these guys. They're already fighting each other, So that was definitely a surprise, especially seeing it. I saw like on ESPN ringside.
Yeah. Is there a place? That fight's going down in Japan. Would you do that?
Fight in Japan?
Would you? If a guy like because everyone's like, oh, Fulton is the champ. He should be fighting here. Imagine if that got thrown at you, like, yo, you got to come to Japan, but you're the champ. You do it?
Hell yeah. You know how much fans he got in Japan?
Yeah.
We'll fight in Saitama Arena. I don't care. As long as it's packed down, we making money.
Yep.
I like Japan anyway. I love Japanese culture, just everything.
You been?
No, I've never been. I want to.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a future thing I will go to. But as far as that, I want to fight like in Saitama Arena. That'd be hella dope.
Yeah.
When did you get into Japanese culture stuff?
Honestly, it's been a long time. I don't know why. I just, at least especially food wise, like I will kill some sushi every day. Of the week, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like no problem. I eat ramen. I do all that, and you know what? I've sparred my fair share of like Japanese fighters. And I don't know. I just like their culture. I just like the way
It's
they
a lot
got
of respect.
Yeah, a lot of respect. They're real cool. It's about like fight, do your thing, best man win. Type of thing.
Respect.
I like it's respect. I like their culture.
Yeah. It's clean over there in Japan.
Yeah,
Everything's
nice.
so
Like,
clean.
you see that like I was looking at their houses and all that. Like they have like they have their house slippers.
Yeah,
Everything's clean,
yeah.
neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
When I was over there in December, it was everything, like the streets were clean. It was quiet. And mind you, a big overpopulated city like Tokyo, you think it's be like loud and crazy like New York. Not even close.
Isn't the population though like New York, but like more?
Yeah.
Like way more?
It's super overpopulated. But again, everyone's super nice, super friendly. The food's good. The food's fire. You think you like sushi here?
I know.
Bro.
I know.
Sushi
I know if
over
I go
there?
over there.
It's so fresh.
I want to
It's
live
not
over
even-
there. That's why I haven't gotten there yet. I'd probably stay over there.
Yo, it's crazy.
What's your dream place to fight?
Well, I've already fought in Madison. I fought in MGM, just the little arena when it was on the bubble.
It was your first time at
Grand
Grand Garden?
Yeah, it was my first fight. Yeah, this is my first time at Grand Garden. Yeah, so this is like a big dream, because I see Floyd and I used to be backstage and be around that, and always say, I want to fight here. Look at where I'm at now. So it's definitely a blessing. But honestly, it'd be Japan for sure.
Wow.
I'd want to fight there. Like
Not
I wouldn't.
London or anything?
I'd probably offer that for us to fight over there, even if I'm the champion.
Yeah, man, it's cool that you're gonna be fighting in the Grand Garden and stuff, and you used to be around Floyd, and as many of you know, Floyd was on 24/7 when he was a youngin, multiple times, right? I remember the first
24/7 all access.
they had
all
you
that.
doing the mitts, and you used the what 5 the first time they had you on there.
Nah, I was 6. I think I was 6. I just turned 6, like around there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had the do-rag and all that.
Yeah. Floyd Cashflow Diaz. They had the Liev Schreiber narrating it, and oh my god, that was crazy.
So
Yeah,
you
no.
grew up with Floyd, like, or just around him, in that sense.
Yeah, I would say like I feel like that's the edge I have over like most fighters. I literally grew up with the dude.
Yeah.
Like all I've seen is besides all the stuff he does outside of boxing, I'm talking about boxing in particular. I've seen that. I've been around that ever since I was a kid, and even if I didn't want to, even if I wasn't like trying to pay attention or whatever, like soaking it in because I'm a kid at the time, it still was, I was still soaking it in, just all the hard work and all that. That's why I feel like if I train hard, I feel like I could have done more. You know what I mean? Like I always want to like push myself even more and more and more. That's kind of what I learned from Floyd. And, the clout that I got from that, I
Stays with you till this day, literally.
Yeah. Everybody knows me from 24/7, so they end up finding me again. Then they're like, hey, that's the kid that, that was on 24/7. So, and it was definitely cool. Like when I was a kid, that's why I never like with Limelight and like having to be on stage and all that. It doesn't really affect me. I'm just, cause I've already been like, when I was like 6, I had to do interviews and all this and that. Like now it's like, I've done so many and done it so long.
Did it hit you at that young age at how like big it was around you being in Mayweather Boxing Club at that age? When did you realize it was a big deal?
I'd say a little later on. I probably like closer to like 8, or like when I was really like I was in the gym a lot, and then I was just understanding like Floyd really was that, it was that guy, especially when it came to fighting. So at first though, I just liked it. People were just taking pictures with me. Everybody, all the adults would be like holding pads with me and stuff. So I thought it was cool. Sometimes it get annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'd be in MGM, and then I couldn't leave. I'd be a Roger or whatever, and then we wouldn't be able to leave till like 4 in the morning,
Yeah.
because it's just everybody stopping us. But it was fun. It was fun. It's an experience not a lot of people get to do.
Yeah, that's not a normal childhood by any means.
Right.
Yeah.
When was,
That's cool though.
when was the first time you remember putting on the gloves?
Honestly, I've been boxing since I came out of the womb. To be honest with you, like I was, my pops told me I was 2, like just like messing around, whatever. And 4, I started really I started really trying, like doing more. He was working on me, footwork, all that, the basics. And then 6 is when I finally had went to the gym. I went to the gym at 4. Roger at the time said I was too young. I was just, at the time Mayweather gym was just all pros. There was like no kids training there. And then I came back, 2 years later, and then Roger was like, okay, he took my dad had stood in the living room. Roger said, okay, let me take him in. Let me see what he got. I go in the gym. I don't really remember what I did that impressed him. Right? Probably just a quick learner or whatever, because that's how I've always been. I don't really know like exactly what I did, but we just did mids. I guess he liked me, and then came back to my dad like, I'll train him.
Do you swim? Do you like to do that too?
Mm-hmm. I was actually talking with Ward not so long ago. I wanted to see him anywho, just to, ask him a couple questions just about boxing, and just what he thinks about this, that, and the other. And then he had told me for swimming, he had told me to do like a certain routine. And so since he told me, I just been doing that. Like it depends on the days though, because I'd like to run more rather than I swim. But swimming is like you can't really get sore. It'll take your energy a little bit, but it's not like running. Running will kill you. So if I need to go on a lighter day, I'd swim.
Yeah. So you were born and raised in Vegas, right?
Yeah, born and raised in Vegas, but I went to New York a lot, especially as a kid. I went.
So you're bi-coastal.
Yeah. So I went a lot in the Bronx, New York. So and then
so you did school in New York too.
I did school in New York.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I did my whole freshman year. Like I came back here, lived here for a long time, and then I went back for my freshman year, and it was definitely an experience because I had done online school all my life because I have to travel. I never had like the privileges like being really a kid and going to public school and all that. So I had I've been doing online school, and when I went over there, it was like the vibe, everything was different.
It must have been such a shock.
Nobody talks the same. I felt like I was like I didn't belong at first, and then I just had to learn the slang and just like everybody's cool out there. That's why I like, everybody's real. They tell as it is, and they don't like you like, what's up? You know what I mean? That's just how it is,
Where in New York?
Bronx.
Oh.
Bronx, New York, yeah.
Yeah.
Not the nicest of places, I'll tell you that,
But I mean, you've been back and forth, and obviously you've probably trained in both places, right?
Right.
Which one do you prefer?
I prefer here. New York, I did not one training, like I did like a half a training camp when I had fought for the Madison, when I fought in Madison. It just wasn't good, I feel like it was like hard finding, okay, I got to call this guy, hopefully he can give me work. Who the hell's around here that can give me work, or what gym can I go to, like what Top Rank I could just go. My man Frank's always there, so
and there's always guys there
Frank.
to get work in.
Yeah, and then I'm always like always around somebody,
Right.
So I'm always around Maloney's, Shakur, whoever comes, and so usually they bring their own kind of squad that spars and all that, so I don't ever have to worry about work.
So do you feel like guys who are born and raised here and train here full time have an advantage over most other places?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's why you see everybody, they come here. Like everybody, they all come here because camp is focused. You got everything. Especially work. Work is like the best out here. Everybody's here.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about work.
What's the mountain that you guys go to?
Mount Charleston.
Yeah,
Charleston.
Charleston.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went there once and it's really nice.
You liked it?
But I didn't run. But I was there for
we're
Robesi,
basic,
just capturing him doing the work.
Right.
But oh my god, it's
Y'all gonna go
so
do the running?
nice.
Wow.
I
ain't
will
doing that
probably
shit.
never do that. No,
I
but
ain't doing
maybe I'll walk it. Sure.
No, it's nice. It's
nice little
nice.
speed walk.
I ran I think, what was it, last week? Earlier this week. And then I did pretty good time. Like my fastest time ever, I think was like 45 minutes, like running up that, and I did like 47, so it wasn't that bad.
I ran around Big Bear many, many years ago. Was not a fan. I was like, fuck. Because I'm from the Northeast too. So I'm like, And then I tried that shit one day with, we were out there doing some shit and training. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do this. So like, I don't know how dudes do this on the regular. It's different.
You
ever did Big Bear?
There. I've been to Big Bear once,
Yeah.
but it was not for, it was one of the few trips I took that wasn't like no boxing at all. It was kind of like just like, you know,
Oh, that's
it was
nice.
Cabin.
That's cool.
It was, you know, it
that's
was like
fun.
fireplace.
Yeah,
snow,
yeah.
You know, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
I want to go back again. I was up in Colorado. They had the stairs. I just
Yeah.
call them stairs.
Yeah.
Right. Forgot the actual name for it, but you know that
Yeah, he posts it. It's
Yeah.
like it's a huge steep
it's-
stair.
I forgot how many. It was like 2,600 steps. I forgot. It was hella steps, right? You know how you feel when you go up a flight of stairs. You're like,
Yeah.
you know, you gotta get.
Here,
like
I'm
that.
winded when I go.
Yeah.
I'm fucking done. Yeah.
It's like that, but like forever. And then there's like a peak where you think you got there, then it's just like we got more than half left. And so we went up that. Then as we're going down, I had heard like somebody say like Bud's here, Bud's running. Time I never really met. I don't think I even met Bud yet. You know, or not like that. And he was like, it's talking about snowing ice. It's like ice on the floor, and this dude's sprinting down with his dog. His dog like bumps me, almost makes me fall off the side of the mountain.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I literally almost fell because I don't have shoes for like the snow. Like I've been living in Vegas for a long time, you know, and then when I go over there, it was like the snow like up to your knees and stuff. You know,
some Rocky IV shit.
Yeah,
on
so
stairs.
Yeah,
on
it was.
stairs.
No, yeah, so it was icy.
That's so
and all that.
dangerous.
And so Crawford's sprinting down, and at the time I was gonna curse him out because I didn't know who he was. I saw some dude running with his dog almost made me fall off the side of the mountain. I was like, hey, I tried catching up to him so I could talk like shit, but I couldn't catch it. He was sprinting down too fast, and then they had took a picture like the coaches. I was like, oh, that was Crawford.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't get a chance to meet him.
That's funny.
I ended up getting it later, but I was like, at the time, I was like, what the hell's wrong with this guy?
Oh my
What the
god.
hell?
Oh my god.
That's funny as well,
That's
bro.
really funny.
But we don't want to take up too much of your time, bro. We know you got to train and get to it. So we want to give you the final word to your fans and let them know what you got going on.
So I want to appreciate all my fans that are supporting me, just now supporting me, been recently supporting me throughout my career. This is a long journey. I've been boxing for a very long time, and I appreciate every single one of y'all. Come May 20th, we fight on the Devin Haney Loma card in the MGM in Las Vegas, Nevada. So make sure y'all tune in. This one's going to be pay-per-view, ESPN. So, we're going to put on a show for all the fans watching, and it's going to be a great card. I'm going to definitely show out, and make sure y'all tune in.
Floyd Cashflow Diaz, everybody.